Ever wonder why building a successful online store feels like an uphill battle? Meet North Commerce, the game-changing WordPress plugin sent to transform your e-commerce experience. Gone are the days of slow load times, clunky interfaces, and frustrating plugin hunts. North Commerce delivers everything you need to build, manage, and scale your online store all in one place at one low price. Imagine launching your store in minutes, not days, with our built-in high-converting e-commerce templates and comprehensive tools. Creating a store that looks good and sells more is now a reality. Join entrepreneurs who are already using North Commerce to build their next store. Our lifetime deal offers you 25 sites for just $4.97. That's unlimited sales, shipping profiles, updates, whatever you need for one low price. So why wait? Join the North Commerce community, click the link in the description below, and we'd be happy to have you. Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of the North Commerce REST API tutorials. And in the last video, we made a simple request a GET request to get all of the products in the current North Commerce instance that we have here. And then we expanded the product type to give us the product type here, a one-time product. Now, what if we want to only get specific products or filter out certain products that are maybe a certain product type or they have a certain product category or something like that? We can do that with North Commerce. So inside of the North Commerce docs, you'll see we have some fundamentals here that I would recommend reading. Just super light reading here. It's really just barely a paragraph. And then you're going to hop over to filtering, and this explains how you can filter different things inside of the North Commerce REST API. So we have simple attributes that you can filter on, which is like the order total, the order's shipping address that you can expand on, or like line items or like an array of objects that would be like line items for an order. Now, we have some examples here. I have this curl example here where we have product variants that are visible, and that equals 1. So that's like whether or not a product variant is hidden or not. And then the price is greater than $80. So that's what this would show. And the supported operators that we have in the North Commerce REST API are SQL looking. So like if you are familiar with SQL, you would recognize this very easily. We have the equals operator, the equal operator, the less than, greater than, and the like operator. Okay, so in this example, we have this filter that goes, where the product name is like bracelet. So it basically would contain bracelet. And we have these little wildcards here. So let's see what we have here. We can make a quick example. So let's say we have the Wonder Box, the Ultra Box, the Super Grid, the Nano Deck, the Micro Grid, and the Nano Deck here. So let's see if we can just get the products that have box in them. So I will hop back over to Postman. We can still leave expands here. That's totally fine. I can add another query parameter, and I'm just going to add it right there. And I want to do name is like, let's see, box. And then I can send that. And now you'll notice that we just get 2 products here. So before, I'll just do that again really quickly. We had all of the products. So we have about, I think that's 5 or 6 products. And when I filter them by name here, so anything that contains the word box is what I'm basically saying here, we'll just get. And in that case, it's just these 2 products here. So I get the Ultra Box here, and I get the Wonder Box. You can do this with all sorts of different things inside of North Commerce. So that could be product categories. So if we wanted to add, certain categories to this, like shoes, add a certain tag here or something like men's shoes, or I don't know, whatever we want to add, we can add those tags, and then we can also filter those as well. So I added shoes as a product category here. And so now what would that look like if I wanted to filter out the product categories? So let's go into the API docs and go to products, and you'll see one of the expandable references here is product categories. So let's go ahead and add this. So we want to expand on product categories as well. So in the expand, I can also just add a comma with no space and go product-categories. Now you'll see here, I have product categories, and I have the product ID, the category ID, the ID, and then the date it was created. But what about getting the actual name of the category, the shoes name? What we can do for that is use this little dot notation to expand within an expansion. So if you look here, I have products here, and we're expanding on product categories right here. Now, if I click on product categories, that'll take me to product categories, and I'm expanding on the category itself, which will be the name, the slug, and the ID, okay? So we'll just use category here. So what I can do is basically just come in here to product categories and do a little dot notation and type in category, and I'll hit send. And now if we look at the product categories, I get the category name itself called shoes. So let's see here if we can do this right the first time. If I wanted to filter just the products with the category of shoes, what I could do is the same thing I'm doing right here in the expands, which is product-categories.category, and then I want to do equals shoes. Okay, let's hit send. And it looks like I typed something wrong here. That is okay. Let's see here. Okay, so if we look here, we have product-categories, category equals shoes. And what we have here is product_categories, category. And then we need to, of course, filter the specific value we want. So let's do this. So we will, however it shows up inside of the response is how we want to filter it. So product_categories.categories. And then we want to filter the name here. So let's do name. So category.name equals shoes. And then we filter that. And there we go. So we get all of the products with the filter of shoes. So if I go to another product, and I'm gonna go to, since we're filtering also the box, we're filtering Wonderbox here. So I'm gonna go to Ultrabox, add the category of shoes, update that. And then if I hit this again, now we get Ultrabox and Wonderbox because they have the category of shoes. So that's how you filter different variations. So you want to make sure that you're not putting a space in between this comma when you're adding more than one filters. You can do equals, we can do like or less than or greater than. There's all sorts of really cool things you can do with the REST API filtering, and it's all built into North Commerce. And so every route is the same. Every new table or column or whatever we add into the North Commerce database will all follow these security rules, will all follow these filtering rules, all out of the box. And as we have more developers like you who are watching this that want to develop for North Commerce, we'll create sort of like meta tables that you could tap into. So anything that you create that needs data stored in the North Commerce database world, you'll have access to the same filtering rules as well. So you won't have to do any custom stuff. You just hook into the North Commerce database system through our meta tables. You can store any values that you could ever imagine. And then we'd also be able to reference these things and expand on these things as these other tables reference them. So this is a brief example of filtering and expanding different product categories and filtering names, and then also expanding the product categories themselves. So if you have any questions, please leave a comments below this video, and I'd be happy to answer. And if you're interested in developing stuff for North Commerce, please click the link in the description of this video to some information about what you want to build and how we can support you doing that. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll see you in the next video.